We are back again. This is Cupcake Trap. I am joined by Summoner Quan Zera.
Alright, hello, nice to meet you again. Alright.
To re-meet you, as it were. We had a little bit of some technical difficulties. Pantheon tried to make his way out to the field just as his petition was summarily rejected. He has been admonished for interference with an ongoing featured match. And Summoners and Champions have been reconvened to continue the third match of the October 28th, 27 CLE featured matches during the Kinfire dispute between the Freljord and the Shadow Isles. These are the matches associated with the recruitment by the Freljord of Quinn and by the Shadow Isles of Scion. So both of those champions will be featured on both teams, or on their respective teams I should say, for all three matches. And they each are advancing causes through these matches, and how those causes fare will be determined by how these matches go. So far, Shadow Isles has won the first two matches, so it is looking like Scion, and perhaps by extension Noxus, will get its way. But the Freljord does have, we were discussing, has an opportunity here to make back those points if it can win this match, which is definitely in favor of the Shadow Isles in terms of ranks. If the Freljord can win this match, it might actually be enough to compensate for the previous two losses completely.
And yeah, that's basically it. Good overview of this match. So I think something interesting for the Freljord right now is that they picked Lysandra. Like in my games that I've been playing against Freljord, I actually haven't seen Lysandra too much.
No,
so
nor
I'm kind
have I.
of curious to see how it works out.
Wait, Lysandra and Anivia. So they're going top Lysandra?
Top Lysandra. Interesting.
They're both showing teleport.
Right.
You know what? I am all for the Freljord mixing it up here, because they're fighting an uphill battle. Might do well for them to just try something kind of. There are times, right, when a weird strategy can actually work because it can surprise the other team a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it's what they need.
Lysandra top hasn't been seen for like several seasons, I think.
Not since the Watchers roamed the Freljord.
long time ago, yeah. But I guess it works out. That's where you put Lysandra if you want to pick her. It's sort of lane dominant in a sense, because you just kind of throw your ice shards at them and poke at them.
Oh, that's interesting. Instant feedback for your recent report of an unsportsmanlike player was verified and a penalty was issued. All right. They're doing that again. I dispense some Demacian justice.
Very. Yeah, so standard team comps plus the Scion. I guess they're putting the Scion mid, top. Is the Amumu top? Mid?
I would
top.
think. Oh no, who dodged?
Wait,
what happened? What is happening? What?
They didn't pick.
Oh darn! That's painful. Ouch.
Restart the stream. We're gonna start again, fresh from the top. Fourth take.
This is the most factions of any factions match ever.
Very factions.
I'm not gonna re-summarize it. Poor Quan. If Quan has to listen to me re-summarize the batch more time, he's like, yeah, he's just gonna snap. Quan's a nice guy, but his patience has limits.
I'm going.
Well, this is standard. We're used to this.
This is a little more than standard, though.
Over.
Maybe just a little bit.
I will say, it is fair in terms of flame.
Deny me.
It is. Anytime it's a reminder that anytime
Understood.
I introduce special rules into factions, I have to be cognizant of the fact that it's going to cause situations like this where, oops, there's a slip up. Sometimes making a 4-3 match after they've already had 3 for other reasons, it can raise stress levels. It's a balance.
I'm very glad that they picked Quinn first pick. So
yeah.
Making sure.
Making sure. And you know, it's something that we may or may not want to repeat next arc. The reason I kind of like it, even though it did create like this hiccup here, is not only does it fit story-wise, but gameplay-wise it does inject some variety. And with a 1v1 arc, there is a danger of things getting a little bit stale. And I think it also is a nice way to say, okay, you just recruited this champion, now we're going to play 3 matches where we're going to see this champion each time. It's almost like sort of paternalistically forcing them to try to figure out how this champion could fit in. So, I don't know. The jury's still out.
I think next week's featured matches are going to be very interesting because those are probably the champions people least wanted, because they didn't vote for them initially. So putting someone on those new champions like Shaco, Freljord.
I was just thinking, so actually that's going to be the week after next. Next week is going to be the melee. Speaking of breaking up the monotony, the other thing I did to try to inject a bit more variety is that there's a bit of alternation. So weeks 1 and 4 were melee matches. So I randomly selected a bunch of factions like, you know, Piltover versus is it Pilt versus Zon? I can't remember. But the point is, it's all in the post. There's those, and they'll have different. I created different story stakes for each of those matchups. So I'll probably break, and we'll come back in week 5 with the final pickup. But yeah, I agree. I was actually just thinking of like, it's gonna be a lot of fun watching Shadow Isles play Shaco every match. I think it'll actually be really interesting. It's a little bit abusive, but I think it'll be interesting. And yeah, Ivern. Oh, you were saying he was actually pretty popular for a while there.
Yeah, Ivern's popular. I'm not... Oh, wait. I have a message? Tell Cupcake thanks for this by Dog Oriana.
You're welcome, Dog. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. You're welcome, Dog.
Quinn appreciates your assistance, Summoner.
That's a Quinn mid. Top? Mid.
Top.
Mid, right? Top. Maybe top.
Conventional.
Yeah.
Hey, double ADC. Could work.
Double ADC sounds very fun. And then Shadow Isles has Hecarim mid, Cyan top. Right?
That would seem likely.
Huh. Interesting. Unique picks. I'll give them that. It's not really too like standard meta. Bring in the AP mage mid.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now we're getting ready for the match. Here, I'll start up the Summoner's Call. So yeah, we had Factions Friday yesterday, and the gap has closed, but Shadow Isles was nonetheless still in the lead.
Wait, was it because we like lost that game? That was like really heavily in favor.
No, that
of
match
Shadow
was
Isles.
worth about 15 points. Like that was definitely.
Oh my
it was 14.6, I believe. It was actually the largest point value so far. Although there was one that was, I think the first one was 14. So. But yeah.
It is.
Those were
like,
some fun games, though.
Chicken Wrap in the SI chat in Discord was like, "Don't throw away all the hard work that I put in," because he was giving us points. And it's like, there it goes.
Yeah.
There goes all of that, all those points. Oh well. That was a really big upset. So that was very, very interesting to play.
Yeah, those were fun. And I posted up the recordings, by the way.
Yeah,
I
don't know,
uploaded
wait,
them to YouTube.
was
I
that,
YouTube channel going in.
Did you like? No, there was the match 3 was audio only, right?
Yeah, I forgot
Super
to switch
special
this.
Hex deck cast. Yeah.
And yeah, don't worry, I'm gonna double check that now. I forgot to do that again for the first part of last one, which is
Imagine if we had to like wrong pick for the entirety of the match. Just his profile standing there for a full 40 minutes.
Yep, just admiring the Braum. You know, he's admiring the mustache. It's a nice mustache.
Poros love it too.
Yep. Oh, they do. They do.
It would be cool if like Sejuani's Poro, if like you had Braum on the same team, then Sejuani's Poro that she rides on gets a mustache as well.
They Riot, please hotfix right now.
Yes.
Hotfix a mustache onto that Poro. Let's see. Well, I guess recap. So last week, picked up a Mumu for Shadow Isles and Ornn or sorry, not Ornn, Gnar for Freljord. And then we had Ornn and Thresh's highlights. It was actually split. So the Shadow Isles won in the Ornn vs Thresh match. So Thresh snared some souls from Ornn's old tribe, which made Ornn very upset. But on the lighter side, the Amumu vs Gnar matchup, it went in Gnar's favor, and so Gnar went on a little adventure in Nyroth with his Yordle friends, and they retrieved another piece of their little mini mothership and had a party, and it was all great. And then meanwhile, Amumu tried to find some friends and failed. He did succeed in resurrecting some Shuriman mummies who he believes knew him when he was alive, but they weren't very interested in hanging out with him, so...
Maybe one day, Mumu. Maybe one day.
Mumu. I mean, maybe not one day. Just saying. Alright. Look at me changing the view so that people can actually see the game.
Yep. Just loading screen right now, but once we get into it, it's gonna be non-stop action.
Non-stop view of Summoner's Rift. It's gonna be just absolutely amazing. Quinn and Valor. Let's not forget Valor. Valor's a very hard-working bird.
Right? You know what's the name of Sejuani's boar, by chance?
You know what? I do not.
It's Bristle, right?
Bristle.
Bristle sounds looks like the Bristle, right?
You win 10 trivia points. Yeah, no, that's right. It's Bristle. Bristle, I believe it's Bristle.
Oh yeah, totally.
I know Nunu's Yeti is Willem.
Willem. Was it? Is Nunu? Ah, the Yeti. I used to think Nunu was the Yeti and Willem was the person that rode. No, it's the other way.
Misconception. Just like I love like there's some really it's like normally is considered an example of bad writing, and it is an example of bad writing, but like where you have like needlessly contrary to intuition details. Like to me the most memorable league example is that Vladimir is not a vampire, he's a hemomancer, but I mean he's a vampire. Like look at the dude, he's freaking like Dracula ripoff, yeah. But they're like, no, he's actually a hemomancer. But you know what? I kind of like that. I've always enjoyed that aspect of League lore, especially the old stuff. There's some stuff that's you wouldn't normally see in a polished work because it's a little bit stupid, but gives it a bit of character, you know, keeps it interesting.
Right, League's always been very had its little quirks like that, which make
yes.
it seem very fun.
I think, and I try to, I think I got a little too grimdark and stuff I was writing too, so I've tried to keep things a little bit quirky. I've been trying to inject more of that because, yeah, it's just part of the flavor. It's not League if it's all very tropey, but if it's both tropey and weird at the same time. It's like kind of stupid is the only way to describe it, but like, yeah.
Yeah, it's always necessary to have like a sort of lightheartedness in contrast to some of the more darker, serious parts in any form of like media or writing.
I totally agree. I'm a big fan of Terry Pratchett, who's very silly. And one thing I like about Terry Pratchett is how he manages to be consistently funny while still having a bit of seriousness. One thing I am happy about, I kind of rushed this last issue of the Herald because I wanted to stay on schedule. Because hey, we're on schedule for lore. That's I like that being the case.
Just like our featured matches.
Sorry?
Yeah, on schedule, just like our featured.
Just like our featured matches. Yeah. Exactly. One thing I am pretty happy about with the Herald is I think that the Ornn v Thrush and Amumu v Nar was nice, and that the Ornn v Thrush was very heavy, but the Nar v Amumu was very kind of like silly, and I liked that there was that contrast. That pleased me. Because it's very hard to tell a lighthearted Thrush story. It's like, oh, Thrush is gonna torture some souls for eternity. Wah wah wah.
Yeah.
Look at those silly souls screaming in agony. It's like, and I don't feel there's a lot of leeway. Like you can't really have Thrush be like, my quest is now to get a nice pair of boots for my cat. You know, he just wants to torture souls. Like he's very very clear that way. Gotta respect that. Scion's a bit the same. Like Scion's is pretty freaking dark. I think the best we can do is do a political sort of thing with Demacia and Noxus, because otherwise it's like, what's Scion's motivation? I don't know. Kill stuff.
Yeah, just there, killing,
Yeah.
executing something with his axe.
Yeah.
Oh, so it looks like it's Lysandra mid and Quinn top.
Got a brawl going here between Hecarim and Lysandra. Interesting little exchange. Lysandra's going back for more.
Maybe.
Oh! You have fallen to the Ice Witch's schemes. That was so crafty. That was very Lysandra. She's all like, I have a master plan.
Yeah, baited and outsmarted right there. Yeah.
And Quinn and Valor did a good
Quinn
job.
and Valor.
You know what's unfair?
Taking him down.
Valor
What's
doesn't
unfair?
get assist gold. He works so hard, and all the gold goes to Quinn.
Underappreciated.
Considerably underappreciated.
It's like bot lane wants to trade a bit also.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. I kind of gotta wonder if Shadow's like, okay, all right, they just got kills in mid and top. We gotta kill these Freljordians down here.
Yeah.
Teach those Avaros punks. Oh, there we go. Nice hook. And an aggressive engage from Callista.
There's a heal. It was on top of an ignite though, so I'm not sure if it kills.
No, I think Braum has just by the hair of his mustache. We do have all three Freljordian sisters featured here. All the daughters of more lore test. What's her, Ilsa? Daughters of Ilsa.
So,
Not Elsa, mind you. It's not Frozen. It's not Frozen. It's
wasn't
with a Y,
Frozen like
not an E.
4 years ago or something?
Frozen?
It's been a long time since
It's been a long
Frozen.
time since Frozen.
Yeah.
I
So,
was just wondering what predates what. It is entirely possible that Ilsa in League predates Frozen, but this is kind of a generic sort of name.
yep.
It's like Olaf. Why is a Viking named Olaf? Yeah, there's been a lot of Vikings named Olaf.
Yeah. And then the snowman from Frozen.
And the
Olaf.
snowman from Frozen.
Totally.
It's a generic sort of Nordic name. Oh, speaking of names, Beta completed an Ursine language dictionary. I'm gonna try to fit some of that into some upcoming lore.
Sweet.
I was like, I want to know how to say "today is a good day to die" in Ursine. I'm looking forward to that.
There's some more poking going on.
No. After that,
One.
oh, here goes Hecarim. Robot unicorn attack.
Close.
Nocturne throws
like,
a little bit of spook sauce.
Scares away Lysandra, has to back off now.
Yep, she was scared. She was spooked real good. He did her a concern.
Oh, look at the hook. There's the hook. Onto the Ashe, but flashes out.
Wow, just barely getting out of there.
These Freljord bot living another day.
It appears that they are.
So I think they're doing an invade. Yeah, Valor wanting to go in.
Wants to get some of that gold.
They do push Nocturne out, so they're able to still get some reward, taking away enemy jungle, Gromp, which is good. So it's a good, safe play from Freljord to invade there.
I just want to point out that was a great play by Quinn, assisted by Summoner, Dog, and Arrow. Isn't it great that Quinn is in this match?
Right,
I'm sure that Dog and Arrow must be very grateful for whatever caused Quinn to be in this match.
Like, you are Nivea? Can't do that. You can't fly.
No.
Technically, you can fly there. But...
you could build your AD Nivea.
Right.
I think she has a crit animation. I think it's like she does like a backflip or something.
Right. I don't really know too many of the crit animations, except for Amumu's. He does like a breakdance or something, right?
That's amazing. Yeah, I think it sounds right. Yeah, it's like every champion has a crit animation. Oh, in comes Nocturne. Very spooky.
Okay, so here comes Sandra. Counter gank.
She's pretty spooky too.
Just like Freljord went out in the end. It's a very good row. Counter gank being there.
Yeah, that was well executed. Again, Lysandra with her evil schemes. I mean, her good schemes. Lysandra's a very nice lady.
It's very difficult, actually, to figure out where you're supposed to go when there's a Nocturne ult, but Lysandra just knew, hey, if I were evil, I'm evil, so I'll just go bot lane.
I'm evil, so I'll go bot lane.
That's where Nocturne would
It is the most evil lane.
Most evil. Yes.
Well, she is blind, thanks to the Earth sign. So, you know, Nocturne ult doesn't really affect her. She's like, oh, I can't see anything, just like every other day.
They're doing really aggressive invading Freljord, and it's sort of hard to punish because SI is pretty far behind right now.
That was really fun.
They're still going for it. They're still going in.
Like, Bristle is just charging forward. He comes on, did someone call for an evil witch? He's Nocturne. And the charges just keep coming. Hecarim vaulting over that wall.
I think they pick up the Ashe as well.
Yep.
And Sedge if she wants to stay a bot.
It's a good turnaround by Shadow Isles. They reacted to that reaction very nicely.
Reacting to the reactions, yes.
Yep.
That's how you play. Very
High
well
level.
done. Good counter gank.
Spook Squad go.
Yeah, they'll be able to pick up first tower as well, which will give them a gold advantage.
Yep.
Actually, the CS advantage in top lane though, it's pretty in favor of Quinn. That's doubling someone's CS right there. 40 to 85. Pretty large.
That is pretty significant. Yeah, CS can be hard. I started noticing that in my matches, my lane opponent generally had more than double my CS in like every game. And then I like tried doing a custom game and with no opponent, and I got like 60% CS. And I'm like,
Almost.
I think I know what I need to improve.
Yeah. CS is important. Wards are important.
Wards are important.
I think the rule is like 16 or so CS equals a kill,
Yeah,
maybe?
I heard 20, but I think it might be closer
20?
to 16. It
Could be
doesn't
20.
take a lot.
Good flash. Dodges the ice bola, I think. Is that what Sejuani throws?
I believe
with
it is
shields?
Ebola. Man, we're getting all kinds of lore trivia here.
Yes.
It is Ebola. It is probably made of true ice. Just like, for such a rare material, it sure seems like everything is made of true ice.
Yeah. But so rare, why does she like throw it away every 100 seconds?
It magically returns. Quinn's rescue operation could be in some serious trouble here. Oh, but except Lysandra is coming.
I think her assassination mission went well, and then she died, but
Yep.
worked out, in a sense.
Very brave. Good job, Quinn and Valor.
Avenging her comrade who
Yep.
fell in battle.
Very noble. Demacians do not retreat, so, you know.
This is risky for Lysandra, since she doesn't have ult. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, Shadow Owls, there was a nice early Freljord. Shadow Owls is certainly doing they did a good job of, you know, they didn't get tilted, they focused up. Well, I don't know if they got tilted, but they don't seem like they got tilted. They turned it around.
They're just picking it up after losing those first. We cast their curse, they're gonna go down.
Oh!
They left.
Callista
What
and
an
Thrust.
escape.
Best friends forever.
This might bait Freljord in a bit, because they didn't get the kills. Yeah, they take down the Braum.
Very brave Hecarim.
Sometimes too much bravery is bad for you, though.
Yeah, especially when you've got 2 ADCs shooting you. So that is one interesting thing with the Freljord. They're like doing this Piltover style double ADC comp, and it has interesting potential.
Right. I think Quinn is a special case, though, in terms of being an ADC, because right now she's going for like an armor, penetration, lethality build. That's not going to scale super hard into the late game, but it does do well in the early mid game.
Well, I was actually going to ask you about that. So Razor and I were talking. My understanding is if you have a continuum of carry of ADCs, and obviously all ADCs are late game champions to some extent, but if there's like an early game to late game sort of spectrum, I think Ashe is kind of mid. You know, she's like got some good damage. She's got some utility though. She's a little bit more. She's a bit balanced. But Quinn is very much early game, right? Like she's like almost kind of a fighter. She's a little bit tanky. She's got a lot of utility. She's got some damaging abilities.
Right, very. I think it really depends on how you itemize Quinn. Like, some people choose to build Quinn for lethality, so you got that Yumu's, you might get Duskblade or something, and that'll really emphasize on the early to mid-game aspect. Whereas if you build Quinn like your traditional ADC, so you get Infinity Edge, you get your Zeal items, then you're going to be more stronger late game, but then you give up some of your early game power as well. So this Quinn, since you go for Ghostblade, is probably going to be more focused towards early game.
That certainly makes sense.
Yeah, and then Quinn, yeah, picks up the Callista. That's a really good assassination.
People are just flying all over the place here.
Yeah. Thresh takes her soul, though.
Yep. That's what he likes to do, as we've discussed. Now it's Braum and Lysandra.
Yeah, that's a 2-for-2 trade, going pretty evenly. But Sion has wave pressure top, so he's probably going to be able to pick up the tower. could be a gank here. 2 versus 1, they get the stun off. Yep, able to pick up the Scion.
It's another thing Razor was saying, that Braum, well, maybe not the best support, you know, in general, it works well with a double ADC kind of comp, or just any kind of comp that has a number of ranged auto attackers, because of his passive. And with Braum here, both Quinn and Ashe proc that stun passive.
Right. I think if both ADCs are like on the same page, you're attacking the same target that Braum's passive is on, then you're gonna be able to stun someone really, really quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean they're gonna be almost perma stun with that combination.
Right. I do think that it requires some sort of coordination though between the 2 ADCs and the Braum, because if you're not attacking the same person with the Braum passive on, then it won't proc as fast. Oh, that was a good hook onto the Quinn. Yeah, that was mid-dash. Very well done by the Thresh. That's a good predict right there. But they go for 1 for 1, so good kill by the Quinn. That's that early game power that we're talking about.
Ah, but avenge. See, Scion used to be goofy when he had that Arnold voice.
I mean, he sort of is goofy in a way. He's just like
it's over the top,
overly serious now.
Yeah,
so
he's grimdark. He's like ridiculously grimdark.
It's gonna be some pressure mid. Hecarim wants to go in with her ult. Ashe ult misses, and Hecarim picks up the Ashe. Like, it's gonna be 2 kills. 2 for 2.
But possibly too. I don't know if Braum can get away. Oh, Braum did get away. That's somewhat surprising. And
This
oh, here we go. Airdrop. Oh. Trying to kite. Sedge comes in.
They're kiting.
But they're
There's no ignite.
Does Sedge have some damages?
Ooh, they pick up the Hecarim.
Ah, what a display of Winter's Claw valor, though.
Yeah.
Definitely a warrior's death. You know, crushed by your 4, but you know, still.
Death.
Or by your giant Poro in the previous match. That made that probably the funniest death animation I've seen in a while. Being crushed by a giant Poro.
Oh, what a way to go.
What a way to go. So fluffy.
I think they're just gonna group up mid, probably. Gonna force a few fights once ults are up. It's very even, actually,
yeah,
so far.
I'm surprised, I have to say, not to sound like too much of a Freljord partisan. I mean, I am Freljord, but...
Almost picking up Callista, forcing out her flash.
Yeah. As to say, not to sound too biased towards Freljord, but you know, they are really playing against a rough skill differential here. They're doing pretty well.
Pretty well. I think Quinn got caught out a little bit. Hard to not get caught out by a Nocturnal though. Huge team fight. Hecarim's gonna go in for the back line while Sejuani's fighting the Thresh. Yeah, I think they're trying to kite the Hecarim and the Scion. Lots of slows going out.
Oh, they're all super low. Really playing a dangerous game.
Oh, but don't forget the Scion passive.
He wants to get back in the fight.
And then Callista came back. She died first, but she came to clean up. Actually, it's kind of interesting that SI is not choosing to run Karthus. He seems like a pretty generic SI style mid laner.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's and until now he's been Actually strange. Today, the Shadow Isles has not brought Karthus, which is a bit peculiar because he's such a mainstay.
Quinn wants to scare them. That's all. Just scare them a bit. A little revenge on Tessai. But yeah, I think it's really interesting that they're not picking up Karthus. He's not too hard to play, I think. He just kind of ults sometimes, pick up kills from everywhere. And then you get rewarded if you die, so... It's a good thing if you die, like Scion.
Teleport revive Karthus.
Teleport revive Karthus.
It's a pro strat.
Was teleport revive Scion a thing when they reworked Scion?
Well, I think, wasn't revive removed by then?
Yeah, I wasn't sure when revive was removed.
I'm not sure, but I think it had already been removed.
Ah.
Wow, this Quinn sure is doing good.
Early game armor pen Quinn right there. Able to outduel the hacker. Oh, look at the CC. Picking up.
Slow down.
White out right there. But Scion wants to speed up. They're able to get on Dash.
Nocturne might be turning this around. No. Very, very brave Nocturne. Very spooky.
I like the way these team fights play out. Each team, each faction is really playing to their strengths. So Freljord slow down. They're able to kite people. Like they're kiting the Scion, they're kiting the Thresh. And if they want to burst someone down, they just jump on them and CC them.
I'm gonna jump back and watch that fight real fast. Right. 22-10. Yeah, it is interesting how there's a real split there.
And then SI does well when they flank and are able to get onto the back line, like with a Nocturne ult or a Hecarim ult. Once they flank and kill the Ashe, then that's how they fight. And it's really sort of iconic in a way when you look at the team fights and how it represents each faction.
Yep.
It's like Shadow Isles, they're gonna get you from behind, you know?
Yep.
Their flanks.
Yeah, no, I do love it when the factions end up having, like, it's kind of weird that I think they do quite a bit actually, and not just because of how individual champions are. Oh, bad day for Quinn and Valor. That was a nice double stomp by Heck and Scion.
Freljord might pick them up, so they're kiting the Scion. But they're flanking the Ashe as well. Ashe goes down, and that's their main DPS dead. Yeah, so SI is gonna win that.
Yeah, Freljord, I think, made the right call to back off there. Again, good job by Shadow Isles being spooky, coming out of nowhere, and turning a fight around. Good job running down Braum. Yeah, you know, I almost want to compare Shadow Isles to Ionia, as weird as that sounds. And that they're so mobile.
Yeah, in a gameplay sense, they're very, very similar in their ability to move and dash around. While Shadow Isles isn't really like Lee Sin dash heavy, the use of their ultimates and being able to flank really defines them.
It's less constant dashing and more really decisive movement.
Right. It's like you've got one shot with your ultimate, but if you use it well, then you're gonna pick up the victory in the team fight win.
Actually, it was funny. All the more so with Scion. Scion, Hecarim, Nocturne.
There's a Baron fight. I think it's going pretty evenly. Freljord's able to stop it, which makes it a win for them, in a sense. Yeah, Hecarim like goes in, gets the kill. 80 Hecarim with Duskblade, very damage heavy.
I'm back at live.
Yeah, I'm at live.
Oh, you are? Oh.
Yeah. I'm at like 26.
Yeah, 26.
Just hit it, yeah.
Sorry, just making sure.
No problem.
But yeah, no, I agree. And yeah, I do like it when factors are being very thematic, like how, Piltover even is kind of methodical and pokey. Demacia, of course, all together charging in, very, it seems, in character. Noxus, all about those early game assassinations and kind of, nasty pickoffs in the jungle. It's like jumping out at somebody with an axe from the bushes and killing them in a little 3v2 or whatever.
Right. I used to think Shadow Isles was just kind of like a mixed bag sort of team, where you didn't really know what to expect from them. But I think that in this specific arc, they're able to define themselves as a little bit more mobile, mostly based on their champion picks, right? Like, if they picked Karthus, for example, I wouldn't call them exactly mobile, but they're not picking Karthus. They're picking like Scion and Nocturne, so they're defining themselves in a way.
Now here comes the Freljord. Slow down. But actually, it's true, especially with the addition of Scion, but also even Eve fits into that theme of kind of coming out of nowhere.
Right, assassination. We worked her just for that. But there's a team fight going on. Stone played on Scion. He's gonna survive for a very long time. Hecarim gonna get on the Ashe, not killing her, but Callista with the flank. Callista with the flank? Yeah, Callista gets the kill. QSS on Milsandro. And it looks like that Freljord's kind of going down pretty fast. SI is just kind of coming from all over.
Yep, SI is doing a great job of positioning.
Yeah. And the thing with these flanks, as Braum almost goes down, is that flanks in general are usually enabled by not having proper vision control, being able to block out a team's vision so they don't know where you're coming from. So if we look at the Freljord vision control, it's very deep, but it leaves them vulnerable to, like, let's say, teleport ganks or river ganks or even lane ganks. Yeah, that's mid inhibitor going down as well. Sideways play. Oh, look at that flash to stop the Scion ult. They could get it. He's moving very slowly.
Well, I mean, of course he is. Right?
Going back in. He went back in.
He's like, Rah!
There's the barrier. Scion's so tanky. Or maybe they're just not doing enough damage. Who knows?
Eventually. Little column B, but now of course Scion vengefully farms. He comes back from the. I mean, he doesn't really come back from the dead. He's coming back from like the undead. I don't know. He's re-undead.
Almost dead, but not quite yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So, well, it'll be a 4v5 for a while. Shadow Isles could just regroup unless Freljord wants to force a fight.
Which I think they do, but...
Maybe they do. They have to push out mid though. If they don't push out mid, then those minions could take Nexus towers by themselves. It's okay if they want to force and like contest for vision around Baron, but they need to keep mid pushed like perpetually in order for them to do anything. I'm liking the item pick for Sejuani, Zeke's Convergence. It creates like a frost storm, so it's very symbolic in it, I guess, for the Freljord.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure what else it does though. I don't build it.
It's weird, it's not popping up on the screen.
What's up?
Nothing. I was trying to open up the Zeke's Convergence. Just cool tip for those jump.
Oh, they're going in. Ashe flashes out, but they still pick her up. With Lysandra self ults, that'll slow them down, but it does mean that she's sacrificing herself.
Oh,
Oh, she gets out.
For the moment, but hard to run
Maybe.
from Hecarim. She did buy her team a lot of time.
Valiant attempt right there. Right, and that's gonna be a 2-0 in favor for SI. Probably gonna be able to push bot, take a turret, maybe 2. The timers aren't too long though. It's only 30 minutes in the game.
Which, you know, also makes that Lysandra play. Like, I think it was a good series of plays from Lysandra, and they did buy a lot of time for her team.
Right. Yeah, that's enough time for Ashe to res, and that means that they should be able to hold under turret. Maybe they might not.
See though.
Who knows? Go long team fight. Killing tanks with stone plates.
Yeah. Takes a long time.
Yo, Quadra. Let's go, Quinn.
Hey, isn't it great that Quinn's on this team?
Yeah, Quinn's a great character. You should totally.
You should be required to play Quinn.
Exactly.
Mandatory.
Now imagine, and Sion lived the longest, so I think he too was an important factor in that team fight.
Oh yeah.
Play Sion as well.
Yeah. Hey, isn't it great that Sion had to be played? Look at Lysandra and her minions. Very, very thematic, right? She's like, yes, my minions, destroy the tower. Let it crumble. With the aspirations of the so-called League of Legends. It's like, Lysandra, you're monologuing again. Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't meaning to say that out loud.
Gold lead for SI. 8,000, almost over 9,000, but not quite there yet.
Over what? 9,000? Haseni Joe? I thought it was so weird that in Japanese it's 8,000 and then in English it's 9. I don't know. They had to localize it, I guess. It's a cultural thing. 9,000. Americans just need it to be a little more. Yeah. They wouldn't understand. What's going on here?
There's a fight, but there's no dragon. Oh, Sion! No, Quinn stops it by body blocking.
There's a teleport.
Wow. Wow, what a disengage. It's gonna be a large fight. Hecarim comes in from north side, takes out the Ashe, and then
Quinn's still up, but getting chased down.
Quinn's not fast enough.
Yeah, I think Shadow Owls did a good job of, I mean, if you can bring the Freljord seems to have a, tell me what you think about this, but I think the Freljord has a little bit of a protect the carry kind of thing going on here. Where they, and the Shadow Owls have been very successful in bringing those carries down, breaking up the team.
At the moment, right now, Quinn's sort of falling off because she tends to do that. She has a Randuin. It's not full damage Quinn, so most of the damage is on Ashe, right? But Ashe is dying first in these team fights, whereas it should be Freljord's job to protect the Ashe. That's pretty much their goal in winning these team fights.
But it's tough to do against a team full of assassins, you know?
Right, assassins, Shadow Isles, Sword. Is Sion an assassin?
Well, I mean, perhaps I shouldn't say assassin, but you know what I mean. Champions who are very good at rushing in and like murdering one target.
Right. Like Sejuani right here. Oh no, she gets out. Sometimes assassins fail their jobs.
They do.
Good.
We must attend to other. Yeah, nice save, Calista.
So yeah, I think in the next team fights, as long as Ash doesn't die first, as long as Ash does not die first, they should have a shot at being able to win the team fights. Because it's a 280C threat, but more like 1.5 since Quinn's off tank right now, because Randuin's.
It's gonna be a tall order though. I don't know. I mean, you know, Braum is a really good defensive support, but
very defensive. Yes.
He can only block so much when it's Hecarim literally charging through.
Hecarim and possibly Nocturne. Yeah.
And Scion charges through too. You know. Like, it's a tall order. It's a real tall order.
Right. I think, though, as long as they don't get picked out, there should be a few fights where they're able to fight where they have hard coverage. Like, you see how their red side of Freljord is warded up?
Mm-hmm.
If they're able to fight there, well, actually it's going down.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yeah. But if they were able to fight there, right, they'd be able to see all the threats. Sweeper is too strong.
You know, Vision is one thing I've noticed. Is Vision is remarkably stable, not just for the obvious purpose of seeing stuff coming, but I actually think it helps team coordination too. Because when you have Vision, you know that you can see it. You know that your team can see it.
Right. This should be a front-to-back fight, though.
That Hecarim ult.
There's 2 divers in the back, but I think they might be okay.
They survived the initial charge.
Right. But they've gotta deal with a stone plate Scion right now.
Yeah.
Actually, Quinn's
Cancel your
it.
afternoon appointments. It's gonna take a while.
Alright, they almost got the Scion. He's still there.
Oh, and now he comes back.
And there you go. That's the team fight Freljord's looking for. The one where Ash does not die initially to the Nocturne and the Hecarim. The one where Quinn's able to clean up everyone. As long as they survive that, they should be able to win team fights and come out with the victory.
I have to say, you know, props, and again, not to sound too congratulatory for the Freljord, it's just, you know, they are such underdogs skill-wise. I think they have like 30% odds. They had there was more than a 10k gold gap there, and they still managed to win that fight by protecting Ash and Quinn.
Props to them.
Certainly. It's an interesting idea for Freljord if this were to develop as more of a meta, you know, bruisers, kind of tank types up front, and then Quinn and Ash standing behind him, just blinking away.
Right. From my from what I've seen, I think Freljord really does prefer to pick Ash over Quinn in the bot lane specifically. So they'll almost always have an Ash, and they're very reliant on Ash. There have been games where Ash can solo carry because the assassins on SI just can't take Ash down for some reason.
No, rightly, Quinn or Ash, I think, is a just a mainstay.
Yes. True queen.
She's the queen. She's the queen. But you know, I think Quinn is more of a situational thing. But yeah, it adds an interesting dimension to it. You know, it means that there's at least one other ranged DPS. Although again, she has a friggin' Randuin. I mean, you know, she's, as you say, she's kind of more of a ranged bruiser.
Right. I think with Quinn, I'm not underestimating her damage output, but she's cleaning up. She's more of cleanup, I guess. No crit multipliers, but she does damage, lots of damage.
It is funny how every fight that it probably wins, it ends with Scion. It just takes like, you know, 30 seconds to just kill Scion.
Scion is the greatest tank.
His whole team's respawned already.
Yeah. I'm not sure if Quinn outduels Scion. Probably outduels him, but...
Oh, but not
it takes a while.
Hecarim.
Yeah, Hecarim comes in, because Scion's too tanky, right? Hecarim was able to respond for like 10 seconds.
And let me point out, again, just how spooky that was. Like, totally spooked. Galloping out of the forest comes Hecarim.
Haunted horse comes out of the forest. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Better decide. Who are you gonna call?
I mean, SI Shadow Isle still has pressure, but it's more likely that they'll win a team fight around Baron than win a team fight around inhibitors. So I think they should be playing around Baron and Elder Dragon, stuff like that.
Oh, that's interesting. I guess the Baron pit itself might help protect them.
Right.
It's like tactically it's cavalry. You know, you want your cavalry.
There's
you want a big
TP play going on. Does he commit? Hecarim goes in. That gets the Lissandra down. Lots of stuff going on. Ashe is alive, and Quinn is alive. No, Ashe dies.
Ashe just goes down right there.
They still have Quinn, but I don't know.
Nope.
Guardian Angel.
Oh! Can Sej save her?
Yeah, as long
And
as
Bristle.
Quinn's alive, they'll be okay.
It was really a 4v2 because you had Quinn and Valor, and
Quinn and Valor.
Sejuani and Bristle.
The 4v2, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, and they both have friends.
Numbers advantage. I think it was a good attempt from SI. They were able to get the Ashe and the Guardian Angel of Quinn. So
Yep.
if Quinn didn't have Guardian Angel, they'd be in a really good spot.
What's the? It's like 5 minutes on Guardian Angel.
By 5 minutes. So it won't be up if they decide to fight again for Elder or Baron,
Yep.
which is pretty major. I think Ashe bought a new Guardian Angel though. Ashe has one, and Quinn, hers is on cooldown.
Guardian Angel seems like a great investment for Ashe and Quinn in this game.
Right. Because the game just revolves around them, and revolves around killing them.
And look, I'm looking at the vision here. Shadow Isles is not seeing this Elder Dragon attempt. Shadow Isles has no vision. They just whacked it with that bush.
Spooky sentences. They know now. Good
They got
smite.
it.
Yeah, they take on the Callista. That's also major damage. Scion coming in from the side, but he's by himself. They pick up the Thresh. Yeah, Scion's surviving as long as he can, but he can't do much. And yeah, win for Freljord. Freljord's winning these fights now.
I mean, I feel like this is gonna be. I plan to rewatch this like, and just really take apart these team fights. There's so much interesting stuff going on in terms of tactics.
Right. Target priority, target selection.
Yep.
Hecarim just gets kited, which is understandable because you're up against the Quinn. I'm not sure how far Freljord can push. At the very least, maybe tower, inhibitor, and yeah.
They gotta take this for everything it's worth here, man. This is
Maybe
probably
they
this
go
and hit
for
with
the
bot tower. I expect. Yeah, that's the ping.
I think Quinn's calling to go bot though. Pick up another tower.
Yeah.
They've
Well,
got
she's
Baron
got a
up.
bird she can fly on, so you know she's like, "Why are you guys so slow? You have to walk. Doesn't your boar fly?"
Let's fly there.
Uh-oh, this could be.
Maybe they pick up. It's 4v5 at the moment though. It's very
Look at all those
risky to
minions
fight.
helping out.
They pick up the Lissandra, but Thresh goes down in return.
Look at
CC
Side's
going
taking a
around.
lot of minion damage.
Minion damage. Don't underestimate the minions.
Not just good for taking down towers.
Right, and oh, that's gonna be a 3v1, but Hecarim's full health, Braum and Sedge are low. It really depends on how this plays out. Ashe does
Sejuani's
not
like,
want to
"You
fight it.
coward!" Yeah. Avarosans, we'll never forgive you.
Yeah, the Avarosa just kind of betraying Sejuani right
Yeah.
there.
Ashe is like, "Yeah, I gotta go."
Yeah. It was a little bit of a disjointed call, but understandable.
No. I
More-wise.
mean, I think it actually probably was the correct call, and I think, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it. Again, this whole thing is about keeping Ash and Quinn alive. But yeah, I think Sion was actually taking significant damage for the minion. Like, it's weird to think of, but there were like 40 minions there.
Yeah, one minion doesn't do too much damage, but 40 minions, that's gonna do a lot
If they're
of
each
damage.
doing 10 damage to him, and they're probably doing more than that. That's, you know,
For over
couple hundred
400 damage.
every second or so. Yeah, it's like being.
Yeah. There's gonna be a Baron call. No jungler though. Could be a Baron throw. No, SI doesn't see it.
Wow, they might actually. Good job on the vision for Freljord. Props to Braum, I suppose.
Braum with the vision, with the
The
wards.
vision. Or whoever it was with the vision. Oh, they better get out of there quick though with that enhanced recall. Yep.
I'm not really sure how SI could come back. Maybe they get a flank. Maybe they're able to pick off the Ashe or
I
the
think
Quinn.
it's exactly what they. I mean, I really liked your analysis about how Baron's a good place from the fight, because it is true. You know, it just mirrors military tactics with infantry and cavalry. If the Shadow Isles can fight in a base, some wide open space with this they're devastating because they can just charge through it from any vector they like. If the fight happens in the jungle or in somewhere where there's more walls, then the vectors the Shadow Isles can attack from are significantly limited.
Right. Looks like the next fight's gonna take place at the bottom tower, unless SI wants to come in from the jungle. This is a back and front fight. I don't know if they'll be able to kill them off.
It's gonna be rough. First shot for Freljord.
There's Hecarim diving with Nocturne and Sion. And then Callista has to kite back by herself. Callista's kiting very well though.
Yep.
Hook misses.
Aw,
And they
did you see
hold.
Quinn waiting so that Braum could get the hop?
Teamwork right there.
Teamwork. Warms my heart. Nice
think
use of the speed
They
bump.
might want to go for the Braum. Nope, they're still staying in. So yeah, in that case, Shadow Isles won. But that's because Callista was doing the kiting when Quinn and Ashe were disengaging the fight. Right. So in that way, Callista... So basically, ADCs are kiting. There's very specific divers on each team, and the divers aren't killing the ADCs. So it's whoever has the better ADC, or better protection, in a sense. Freljord has 2 ADCs though, so SI is gonna have to work harder.
Yeah. No, this is an interesting exploration of... Nope.
It's a pick.
Oh, this is gonna be... This could be real bad.
That might be another pick on the Ashe though.
Well done by Shadow Isles. They're capitalizing on this, and they're gonna get a lot of mileage out of it.
A lot of mileage.
Oh,
They don't
yeah.
have minion waves in place, but that's both ADCs down, both Guardian Angels down, and
Yup.
3 people down on Freljord overall. If they don't end, they might not be able to end because minions aren't in place, but they will be able to pick up 2 to 3 inhibitors. Maybe a Nexus, who knows.
That was a great pickoff by Shadow Isles. They were
Very good pickoff.
so spooky. You never know.
And it's-
They can strike.
Right, it's not like Freljord is at fault here, it's just that SI
yeah.
have the tools to be able to engage at you from far. Like Nocturnal, that's super long range.
Well, it's funny. You'd be like, yeah, don't get dived on. Okay, well, easier said than done. When
Right,
you've got
right. So that's 2 inhibitors down. Very back and forth. Very exciting.
Yeah, this is an intense match. Over 50 minutes, man. If only they had Vhagar. You'd have like 1500 AP by now.
Let's recruit
And it wouldn't
Vhagar
matter
for
'cause
the
you get
Shadow
dove.
Isles. Yeah. I think everyone's at, what, 6 items already?
I think
Not
so.
sure who
Let me
has the
look
better
at the-
late game.
X. Let's look at the. Well, people. Not everyone has a gold surplus, so I think they probably do still have things they can. Callista seems full.
Yeah, 4k gold on her extra.
She just buys every elixir. Oh, you actually can't buy every elixir now, can you?
No, you gotta pick one, sadly.
That was fun back in the day when you said too much money, you just buy all the elixirs.
I'll take the red one and the green one and the blue one.
Get that extra crit on Lux or whatever. Like...
Yeah. I actually forgot. Oh, there's the hook. That's on the ADC. But good protection from Freljord. They all step in front of her so that
this is
SI
great.
won't dive it.
They're clearly learning, like, it's educational. They're learning these stomps.
Sandra going in for an assassination. Here's kiting. Hecarim wants to go in. Stone plates being activated. Sandra going down. Traded with a Hecarim. Callista goes down. That's a major DPS, and that means Freljord should be winning this fight. But they have inhibitors to take care of right now, and Nexus turrets to protect. Quadra kill for the Ashe. Oh, Sion's alive though. He's still alive.
Well, I guess they could rush down mid.
They gotta protect.
They gotta protect those stuff.
These minion waves, these games normally should be over, but then the winning team doesn't have the minion waves in place, so that just pulls it out further.
Also, remember I was joking about how like Sion is still being killed when his team responds? I think it's like happening here, like ka-chunk, 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 ka-chunk.
Ashe doesn't have any armor penetration right now, so it will take a while. They're getting there. They're getting there. So yeah, Sion goes down, but by the time he goes down, the rest of his team is
They're actually responding now. It's like actually happening.
Yeah. This does create an interesting dynamic though. So in I'll borrow from Overwatch for example. If you desync the enemy team's death timers, right? So that you kill someone and then you kill the other person much later, the team has to regroup and wait for that one dead person. So in Shadow Isle's favor, they'll still have to wait for the Sion to respawn, but Elder Dragon's already up and Baron will be up before Sion respawns.
What happens if you get 2 Elder Dragons? Is it a stacking buff?
Sort of. It counts as another dragon stack. So yeah, they sort of stack. More damage to stack if Freljord picks it up.
And let's see, Shadow Isles does have vision.
It's 4v5, 4v5. Guardian Angel down though. But no Guardian Angels on Freljord. Don't know who's gonna go for it. Looks like they both want it. Sion's coming in, he has ult, so he'll be able to catch up in about 15 seconds. Oh, there's the team fight. Redemption coming out. Darkness. Can't really see much. Looks like Quinn's gonna go kill the Hecarim. Shadow Isle's dying. That's gonna be probably a win.
Well, I don't know, it might take 70 seconds to kill that Sion.
Nah, it's Sejuani's like, yo, ignore the Sion, let's go for the base, let's go for the win.
This is where he's like, charge! Cowards!
Sion's not dying.
He's just not, he's like chilling out, having a snack.
This is the greatest duel. 2v1. That's the second ult in the fight. Sion might win this. He might lose the base,
really
but he might win this fight.
They have to back away.
Yeah, the base guys. Alright, yeah, looks like Freljord's gonna take the victory here. Both.
Wow, what a hard fought match on both. I mean, that's a bit of a cliche, but I mean it. What a hard fought match was it? And what an interesting match.
55-minute thriller. Both sides played extremely well to their strengths, and overall showed what each faction was capable of.
Yeah, you know, it's the thing that I really enjoy. It happens in factions occasionally, which is that you start to see like, oh, these are what different matchups look like. And I think here what we saw is two teams of like Bruiser and DPS you know, like protect the carry kind of stuff. And they were
Right.
both working on the diving, as you were saying, both working on protecting the carries. And it was very educational. Like I said, I'm gonna like rewatch this a couple times. I feel like it's just chock full of learning material about, oh, that's how that can go this way or can go that way. Or
There's so many things in the team fight that when you watch from each character's perspective, you learn what they were thinking in that
Yep.
time period. It's like, am I diving? Am I kiting? Who am I going to kill? Who
Mhm.
should we kill? And the ability to work together and take down a target, or in this case, protect your target, just defines who will win and who will lose the team fight.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's such a crucial. At least I find, you know, being kind of a scrub, so working on some basic skills. I find that very interesting and very potentially rewarding. Figuring out things like, okay, do I peel or do I dive, for example?
Right.
Or when you're more of the DPS, that game of, okay, how far away should I be? You know, usually it's more far away than less, but at the same time, you know, you don't want to have your team getting slaughtered while you stand there plinking away at a tank on the periphery.
Yep. Very tanky tanks, actually, this game. Stone Plate for Sejuani and Scion. So then the game evolved from less about divers being able to assassinate the ADCs to, alright, which of our tanks can stall the enemy ADC long enough by taking in all their damage with Stone Plates.
Scion. I want to look at the details on how much damage Scion took.
It's a true tank, right? Does it count how much damage he took while he was in passive? Because that would double
damage
the
taken.
amount.
There we go. Alright, so first off, yeah. Actually, you know what? Quinn did more damage than Ashe.
Oh, really? Surprising.
Yeah. That's actually quite interesting. Gee, dog, aren't you glad someone made you play Quinn? Alright, so damage taken.
Scion didn't take that much damage, actually.
That's weird.
Yeah. Hecarim took more damage. Braum took more damage.
Braum tanking a lot.
Yeah.
Let's look at and an income gold earned. Everyone's just off the charts.
They're off the charts.
Wards placed.
Who placed the most wards?
Interesting. Sejuani actually placed an awful lot of wards.
Yeah, that is jungler respect right there. Junglers should be the ones warding, and if Sejuani has most wards, then that kept them in the game for a very long time. Able to stall it out, having mission control. So props to you, Sejuani, most wards.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Just looking over, wow, 30 kills. 30 kills on that Quinn.
Yeah. Very nice Quadra to top it off as well. I think that was the Quinn, right?
Uh-huh. No, well, I thought Ashe got a Quadra.
Yeah, Ashe got a Quadra also.
This is multiple Quadras, you know.
ADCs shine.
Yeah. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna check the Oh, and thank you. Special props to Sinelli for sending it in.
Sweet.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite matches in a very long time. Not just this arc. I think that's probably my favorite match of the arc, and I think it's one of my favorites in a while.
Yeah, this was so exciting to watch. It was amazing how balanced it was and how the game evolved.
Oh, absolutely. And Broken Angel, by the way, literally just signed up for factions, playing the Ashe. So talking about right into the the heat of it. Well,
when you factions debut with a Quadra.
Yeah,
nice
not
job.
bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
We can't play Space Jam. We're not required to play Space Jam because it's not Darius, Yi.
Nor is it really a Penta. Well, actually, we used to play Space Jam for Yi even if it was a Quadra.
It was a Quadra,
right?
correct. That's the basic rule. A Quadra plus on Yi, or I think Darius. I think some people said Fiora. I'm not sure if Fiora.
Fiora doesn't. Not really.
She's not really a dunk master. I mean, I think Yi. It's really Yi. It's all for that Pro's Heck Guide to Master Yi.
Yeah.
Get the sword boots.
Sword boots.
Aw, man, good times.
All the Zeals.
All the Zeals. Double swords.
Double swords.
This is a katana. It helps him kill fast and is honorable.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well done. Dog says, okay, I can't play that.
Quinn is awful.
Quinn is awful.
What?
It was all Valor.
All Valor, totally.
Valor carried Quinn. Literally. Get it? Ha. Ha.
Puns.
I'm on the Freljord. My whole job is to make puns.
Mm-hmm.
The Ice Age.
Ice.
Time. Chill. Oh, I need to play that. Alright, that's gonna be the closeout.
Alright.
It's like the Batman Robin apology. Alright, I'm gonna stop and restart the stream though, just in case some weird copy protection stuff kicks in. Don't want to lose all the audio. But thank you for casting with me, Quan.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime. That was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone who played. Thanks for putting up with the 4, remakes and so forth. I appreciate your patience, especially, because Factions is getting going again and takes a little while.
Right.
But I think it was a worthwhile match.
Well worth the 4 remakes we had to go through.
It aged like a fine wine.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, catch you later, summoners, and of course, you can play pickups anytime you like. So if you guys if people want to go play a Freljord vs Shadow Isles right now, go ahead. I need to go do some stuff, but set up matches anytime you like. And just remember, someone on the winning team, by default, person with the most kills, I guess is a good way to default it. Should send in the results so it can get scored. And let's see, the votes to select. So tomorrow is going to be a highlight match, where each faction is going to highlight one of their champions, just like last week they highlighted Orin and Thresh. Those champions are going to have kind of a lore face-off, and it will again be, you have to take the champion you highlight. So, which is a little bit of I thought about that because I'm like, well, but then it's not just incentivizing them to be like, we pick Ashe, we'll do a Callista, and that's fair, but we'll see. And yeah, so those matches will be happening tomorrow. I will write up the lore for today's matches, and you'll see that in the next issue of the Herald. And I'm going to stop talking and switch over to some ice puns. Thanks again, everybody.